We're not going to be allowed to do this anymore.
Yeah. Welcome to Long and Hard.
I'm super complicated.
He's here, right here, officer.
Well, we already know that Tom has the biggest brain here.
Yeah.
The podcast you didn't know you needed in your life until now.
I was 230 pounds.
Nice.
So much. We're all wearing jeans. There's so much piss on all these jeans. It just
We're recording here!
Yeah, you stretch that mic out.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, you got it all the way.
Look at that. Fully extended. Still a little bit of a bend in the arm. Kink in the arm. Kink. Yuck. Yeah.
Rumor has it we'll be talking about those in about an hour and a half here or something like that.
Something like that. So,
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, I guess. This was not our plan to do a Valentine's Day episode, but here we are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you some of those shitty hearts that say...
Did you actually? Ones that say, like, be mine and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You remember when you were in elementary school and everybody had to give a Valentine's to everybody?
You choose me.
That's the Simpsons, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ralph.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Got all the Valentines.
Oh, yeah.
I think we lived in the time where you didn't have to give everybody a Valentine.
No, I would say, I as far as early as I can remember, it was you had to give everyone
Oh, really?
one. Yeah.
No, we did trial by fire.
See that, but that's the premise of that Simpsons episode is that Ralph doesn't get any, and Lisa feels bad, so she gives him one.
Nice.
And that's the one he gets, and he gets like really excited,
Amazing.
like infatuated with her, or something is the premise of that
Such
episode.
wholesome comedy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would. That's always better when you should do it that way, where
Yeah,
you're the asshole.
Prepare these kids for the real world.
Yeah, exactly. You're the asshole when you get no fucking Valentine's in
Yeah.
grade 2.
Yeah. No, it's more that you're like the weird kid, you know?
Probably also
Yeah.
that.
Smells, plays Halo all the time or whatever, and
Take a hint.
yeah.
Wash your fucking shirt once in a while, bro.
Oh yeah.
Kids are brutal, man.
Yeah, kids are mean. There's
Yeah.
no, like, I don't know anyone who says, man, junior high was the fucking sweetest time. I mean, it's not all bad memories, but
Yeah.
everyone was awkward and weird and
Braces.
braces,
Fucking facial acne.
hormones,
Yeah.
acne,
Yeah. Fuck.
Nexopia.
Nexopia. I think that was like grade 9 for me. I was behind the curve on a lot of that shit. I think you
It
guys
was grade
showed
like 8 and 9 sort of thing.
You guys showed me like Facebook and shit. I remember that.
I remember, because I can remember, because Nexopia was around first, and then I can specifically remember when Facebook became a thing.
Mhm.
Everyone was, word was going around the school about this new website called Facebook
Yeah.
that all your friends are on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you do nothing with it. So,
You look at pictures of cute girls
yeah.
from your
But then it was,
13-year-old
and it was
class.
there, everyone was on it, and then it got banned like 2 weeks later from the computer lab. But there was a time where it wasn't, because it was, new or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? I don't remember that. I don't remember trying to getting onto it. I do remember being like one of the early adopters of Gmail. That's my claim to fame.
Actually, do you remember when Gmail was invite only?
Yeah. I was invited.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
VIP.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too, actually.
Got that my name at gmail.com.
Yeah, you did it right. You had some foresight there apparently, because mine was something fucking ridiculous. I don't even know, like a kind of a teenager's username of
sexy dancer.
yeah.
122.
Master Chief _is _awesome or something like that. Yeah, you looked out there. Would it even be better to be like that early that you could just be thomas@gmail.com?
Ooh.
That'd be sick.
Ooh. That would be actually phenomenal.
Now you have to buy your own domain and make that. So
Yeah.
it's, achieved our goals anyways.
Yeah. Hello at Thomas Harrington.
Yeah. I like that one. I like that better than info, because info is a little too impersonal,
Sure.
if you ask me. So,
Sure.
I don't know. Or just have 9 different email addresses at my website. Sales at, support at.
Pretty much, dude.
And then they'll be like, wow, this guy is a huge operation.
Yeah. And you fill every single role yourself.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
sales, your
Yeah.
VIP or VIP. VIP.
I mean, you could be VIP still.
Yeah. CFO.
VP. Yeah.
CEO,
CFO. Yeah.
VP of sales. There you go.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
VP of this and that. I actually saw a cool post of the Under Armour CEO where he had his 2 cards when he first made Under Armour because it was just him, and one said whatever his name is, founder / CEO, and one just said sales manager or something like that.
Yep.
So
I
depending
remember
who he was talking to, he would kind of change it, right? So,
It's
and I
pretty
mean,
intelligent.
that's kind of a thing in the small business world. I remember seeing a article or tip or book or some shit where it's like, why is the CEO sending cold emails? That doesn't make sense. Like, you need to change your title
Yeah.
a little bit for that, you know?
Put a bunch of stock photos on a site and Joe Smith.
Yeah, stock headshots.
That's the thing, bro. Absolutely.
That's funny.
You can call those sites out, no question. Especially with this AI now that's like doing, have you seen that where they're making people faces that don't exist?
Really
Yeah.
interesting. But it's AI creating that?
AI is creating it.
Because humans lack the ability to create a face from scratch, like the human brain.
Okay.
You can't design a totally new face. It's so generally speaking, in dreams, for example, if you see someone in your dream, even if you don't recognize them, that's someone you've actually seen before.
Yeah.
So it's your subconscious. Like, your subconscious can't create a face
Yeah.
from scratch. In theory, if you're, say, drawing a video game character, maybe you could, but even so, you'll pull elements from people you've seen. Even if it's some guy you walk past on the street one time, then he's playing like your dad in a dream.
I
you know?
have heard
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah,
pretty fucked.
Yeah. I actually remember one time having a dream where, so it was in the dream, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and then we had to go meet his dad for something, and then his dad came in, but his dad was someone who was a regular customer at a place I worked. Okay. And I clued together, I'm like, wait, no, that's not his dad. That's so-and-so from this place. Oh, I guess I'm dreaming. So then I realized I was dreaming.
Did you get into lucidity?
I don't know, maybe. Sometimes I can, or at least,
The only time I can?
yeah.
School dreams.
Mm.
Because it's like, oh shit, I have all this homework due, and I have all these exams, and it's, hey, I'm not actually in school.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just chill for the rest of the dream. And you're like, I'm gonna let this ride. See what
Where this happens.
Yeah.
You know what? I was thinking about this just the other day, where I haven't had it recently, but I had this weird recurring dream where, you know, I was with my friends. You were probably there in one of them. But
Maybe.
we went to a bar, and it was just kind of a normal night at a bar, but it was a bar I know doesn't exist. But I've had it recurring several times at the same place with different people, to a point I have to wake up and think about it and think, no, wait, that's not a real bar, because it's in a part of town that doesn't actually exist, and the location of the neighborhood that doesn't exist is in an area that's not actually a neighborhood, if that makes sense. It's kind of like north of downtown or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really makes you question your sanity, and if we're living in a simulation or whatever. So, you know, normal stuff.
Maybe I'm also having that dream, and we're meeting.
Yeah,
in
and we're
dreamland.
meeting in dreamland.
There you go.
Or maybe that's the real version of us trying to
Yeah, and
escape.
this is the not
Yeah,
real version
yeah.
of us. Podcast isn't real. Nothing's
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, but it's I think it's because in a dream I went to the same place and was like, oh, that bar is over here. And then I woke up and I'm like, no, wait, that's not a real place.
Sounds almost like the conversation we were having with Jordan and Brandon 2 weeks ago.
Regarding what?
Oh, just like psychedelics and all
Oh,
the,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Astral projection and
See, apparently, like DMT specifically, people experience relatively the same thing and report specific items or places or happenings, across independent reports from various locations, sort of thing, right? Which is kind of crazy.
it's that third eye opening.
Yeah, exactly. Right, but truly, that's third eye opening.
So you can see real reality.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
We've had a bunch of dope guests over the last month, though.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Have you ever listened to the Whiskey Ginger podcast, Andrew Santino's?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good. He's pretty funny on it, but his thing is he has this intro he always says, and he says it quite smoothly, where he always says, this week's guest is one of my favorite people in the world. I know I always say it, but this week I mean it. Please welcome Josh Blaze. And yeah, it's kind of like he says it quite fast. It's kind of funny. But where I'm going with that is, guests, we all love you. You're all special in your own way. We enjoy those episodes, but no, we've had some really cool conversations, and that was kind of that was our first batch, really, of the year, because obviously we're here now by ourselves.
5? Did we do 5?
I guess so. How many weeks has it been?
Already.
I mean, yeah.
Jesus. Crazy.
Yeah.
Man, this year's like flying by already. Halfway through February already? This is fucked.
Yeah. At the same time, though, like, 5 doesn't seem like a lot. But when you think back, you think, oh, I've been recording so much, and we've been recording so much. But then when you look back, it was only 5 episodes. I don't know. It's a weird paradox.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a strange thing of life where every day feels like it's just flying by in weeks and stuff. And then something that feels like it was just a recent memory is like 5 years ago or something like that. You know what I mean? So
I think the solution is you got to keep doing new things.
Right.
You get
or
into
like the novelty.
Yeah, if you get into the routine, it's just fucking days fly by.
Perhaps. I think, I don't know. I think life just goes by fast. And as Ferris Bueller says, you got to stop and, smell the roses sometimes, right? So
that was my yearbook quote for
Oh, was it?
high school.
Nice.
Something about, it was the Ferris Bueller.
Pretty good.
It's a pretty good one.
Remember when we were looking at with all people a few weeks ago?
Yeah, Jesus.
Because
That
at
was on
least
New Year's Eve.
Yeah. At least yours and even mine were timeless enough that I roll my eyes when I look at it. But it was a movie quote that was timeless
And
enough.
it's going to last.
Yeah.
It's going to
but
outlast
then,
me.
You know the ones where it says, had so much fun, shout out to, and then it lists a bunch of people's initials?
Yep.
And we were looking at those, and there was someone, we were like, who's, TM? And they're like, fuck, I don't even remember. Right? So, yeah.
Or you list those people, don't talk to any of them
not
anymore.
friends with any of them.
Literally.
That's actually the more likely scenario,
100%.
too, right? So,
100%.
yeah.
Lifelong relationships created in high school.
Yeah, I don't know. Created and ended. But, some really good guests. It was a lot of fun. I don't know. And if you have someone you want to see on the podcast, let us know. Maybe we won't reach out to them, but...
Hit Thomas up at
Ideas.
1-888
yeah.
69 69 69
6.
6. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We'll consider them.
Yeah.
They got to be pretty fucking special.
Pretty
these days.
exclusive. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, we were taking those guys on with 11 followers back in the day, but now we're looking for at least 100 now.
Yeah, we're a very exclusive elite podcast. We only have certain caliber of guests on here.
Yeah, we're a really bigger podcast.
Yeah, your prime Edmonton podcast over here. So
I'm gonna rouse them after this.
Oh yeah, to be expected. Fuck.
What would you say you learned the most from these last 5 guests?
Oh man,
I learned stuff from every one of them. But
I always do. Yeah.
That last conversation we had with, fucking Jordan and his brother. I was re-listening to that today, and I was like,
yeah, it was good, man. I mean, it's always good to connect with someone on like that kind of woo-woo, call it a spiritual mindset sort of level.
We were vibing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The vibes.
Especially because we're, not everyone is like that per se. So when you find someone who's on your level of weird, that's great. But,
Vibrations
yeah.
were just.
Yeah. No, all of those were fantastic guests, and I think we have to nod to ourselves at becoming moderately better at hosting and, bringing about, like, anyone can be good and interesting on a podcast. It's up to us to kind of bring that out of them in many ways,
Yeah,
right?
so true.
Especially if there's someone who doesn't do it regularly, right? But either way, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's I don't know. It's made me realize, like, it's just a lot of work, and like we gotta keep working at it, keep going, keep growing the channel. And thank you to those of you listening. Right, like this is. Not completely pointless without you, but the goal is to get listeners. So thank you. Right, we appreciate it.
I'm just learning that interviewing is like this skill, where it's some guys have it very naturally, but oh no, you gotta like really get into it and do the research beforehand for sure.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing that you're like, can you at least research the guests before they come on? And I was like, fine.
Please humor me and look at his website.
And I even just like half an hour before the show, I'll just like go through their Instagram,
Yeah.
listen to whatever they've done previously for a couple minutes, and then say, okay,
I kind of get this person's deal, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't want to like listen to the whole fucking thing that they've done previously because I want some originality.
well, you want to hear the story for real as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for
So,
example, with like Randy, the Dennis Rodman story, I had heard that on the like literally about an hour before we went in to record
Yeah.
on the Awesome Hour, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, like it's an awesome story,
Yeah.
but I already heard it. So it's like hearing it in real time too is also what I would love to
Cool
do.
and
Yeah.
different, and yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, for our listeners, they probably love that shit. That
oh
was
yeah, I
fucking
hope so.
hilarious
That's a
story.
fucking funny story. That's a cool story to have.
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
So in your
Not
in
everybody
your
can
book.
say they fucking bodyguarded Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And
Very few people can say they have actually. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You remember that
senator
one?
to North Korea?
Yeah, remember the there was one stand-up comedian who had at a local show had a really good bit about how when he was old, he was, and maybe he doesn't appreciate me retelling this, but not my thought. But he was talking
Not my
about how
bit.
when he's old, he'll just Photoshop himself into pictures. Because he's like, oh, my memory will probably go, and I'll just make these cool pictures for myself. So when I look at them, I'll think I had this sweet life. I'm going to be friends with Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un and travel to North Korea and play basketball there. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I just described the life of Dennis Rodman. So that was a good bit, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That fucking I wish we went on Wednesday to that show.
That
'cause,
probably would have been pretty funny.
yeah, those shows are always good.
Yeah.
So shout out to Station on Jasper every
Yeah.
Wednesday
night.
7 p.m.
Off the Rails comedy,
Yeah.
arranged by Alex, Jim, and someone else is involved, but I forgot. Sorry, whoever you are.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. His name escapes me. We did this on air.
Wait, does the host help them organize it too, or is it just
Yeah.
Jim? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan Short.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the guy. There you go.
Yeah, shout out Ryan Short as well.
Come on the podcast.
Yeah, actually. See, my thing, and I love comedy, and I love comedians, and it's cool that we've gotten some exposure to the local stand-up scene,
Yeah.
and I want to go to more shows, and we'll continue to at least go to the odd show. But, and it's awesome that comedians and podcasting kind of go together, but they're almost like, and they're very willing, which is cool, but for our show, I try to space out the comedians. No offense to them, but I just don't want it to be kind of the same old thing. Like
True enough.
Especially if we go like comedian, really serious businessman, comedian. Right? That makes no sense to me. So I don't know.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would say that's very fair. You
Yeah.
want to have a modicum of guests.
That's a big word.
Is that the
I've never
correct
heard that
word?
word before.
That's probably the wrong definition.
Could you spell
of it.
that?
MODICCUM.
Nice. Did you see that Patrice O'Neill bit? I posted in my story.
No, I did see that you posted it. I didn't look at it though.
It's not like it's a pretty funny bit, but it's kind of a. God, that probably made some crazy noises on there.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Patrice O'Neill.
sorry, your guys' ears.
And
yeah.
Patrice O'Neill.
And Patrice O'Neill. But it's like, man, I have no idea how to spell the word restaurant, even to this day. If someone even if someone was threatening my mom's life, I would be like, Mom, look at me. I love you. Okay, R-E-S-T. I don't know. It's funny just because it's Patrice O'Neill, and if you get his style, his bits are so funny.
Yeah, man, that guy was a legend.
That guy really was, man. Like I actually remember one time going kind of into, because he was always good on interviews too. Like he was so funny, and he would just go on this very like.
And he go on like big shows too.
Oh yeah,
CNN had him on.
yeah.
and shit.
Oh yeah, he was a really famous comedian and
Yeah.
and did a lot of stuff. He was a funny guy. He died because he had diabetes, either type 1 or type 2. I think type 2 because I think he developed it later in life.
Okay.
That's type 2, right?
Type 2, yes.
But he just said fuck it and didn't take insulin or take care of himself or watch what he ate or anything, and
shit.
that's what he more or less died from, right?
Yeah.
Like he had health and heart problems from that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shit.
Have you seen
R.I.P.
that fucking, speaking of diabetes, have you seen that fucking YouTube channel of that guy who chugs, like, huge cans of soda in the States?
No.
I have to show you this, bro. This
What's
guy,
it called?
I have something chugs. Anyway, he, man, it's insane.
No, I haven't seen that.
This guy, I think I actually sent you guys a video of it. But man, this guy will actually chug like a 4-liter pop in like 30 seconds.
Oh.
He also weighs like 500 pounds. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And what, does he just like go through different types of pop?
He like reviews pops. And he's like,
all right, today we got a Dr. Pepper cherry.
hold on. Badlands Chugs is the channel. 1.48 million subscribers. And are you ready for this, bro? I'm just going to show you just a 2-second clip
All right.
of this guy.
Want Sprite cranberry?
Badlands Chugs. Since 1997.
Welcome to another episode of Badlands Chugs. And this right here,
I don't think maybe I've seen this guy before.
subs.
It's a 2-liter Sprite, boys.
Sprite cranberry. Lime soda with cranberry.
Anyway, he did the whole fucking thing in like less than 25
Oh,
seconds.
Jesus. Wow. Good
Yeah.
for him.
Amazing.
That's like, have you ever seen, oh, fuck, what was his name?
Badlands Chugs. Shut up.
There's a guy on Instagram who's like, his handle is Steve Will Do It or something along those lines.
Okay, yeah.
But he chugs booze
Okay.
to a point. It's like, I have no idea how he, because he'll do ones where he like chugs 4 Coronas or whatever and like jumps in a pool. And it's like, okay, that's believable. But
Sure.
he did one where it was like he got more and more extreme, and he did one where it was a 40 of Jack Daniels with a bunch of straws in it and just chugs the whole thing. I'm like, unless he must puke it up immediately after the camera goes off, but he probably has to go get his stomach pumped all the time.
Yeah,
That would
that's
give you
fucked.
alcohol poisoning.
That's
There's no
straight
way.
fucked.
It's crazy. You got to
That's
look
fucked.
I'll send it to you, man. It's crazy. You know what? I just looked at my phone and I just realized I just got the team Snapchat snap that they send out on
Valentine's
I'm
Day.
assuming it's for Valentine's Day,
Negative shout out to Snapchat.
because they always send out the holiday ones, and they're so hokey. It's like a box of chocolates. You are the last people I want to hear from on any holiday. Christmas, Thanksgiving. They'll like send American Thanksgiving ones to everyone.
I deleted that app. Actually, full on deleted account, bro.
Yeah, really, hey?
It gets me into too
Had
much
to
trouble.
retire.
Too much trouble. Too much trouble.
I don't know, man. I don't use Snap enough. Like, I never really use it anymore.
There's been days I've been awake until 3 a.m. Sometimes 4 a.m.
I don't get it, man.
I shake my head.
I don't know. I value my sleep too much. Even in the middle of like a texting or snapping session, I'll just set my phone down and be like, okay, I'm going to rest my eyes for 5 minutes. And then you're just laying there and you hear your phone buzz and you just are like, this can wait.
I'm going to miss you, Snapchat. I'm going to miss my snap score of 47,000, which is a very low snap
That's pretty
score.
low, man.
Yeah.
Even, I look at mine, and I've had the same account for however many years, and mine's super low too. Mm-hmm. And then I look at, someone who, I was looking at mine and then thought, oh, I wonder how much, like this person posts all the time, I wonder how high theirs is. Mm-hmm. And theirs was like hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I'm like, wow, I'm not even on the scoreboard here.
Do you know how much time I've put into that fucking app to get 47,000? Do you know how much time?
But isn't it? Don't you get
to,
like 1 point per snap sent
for pictures? You don't get points for chats.
Oh, okay.
But
even so,
it's also sent and received.
Right.
You get a point for received too.
But let's say you have 500,000. Have you sent 250,000 photos? That's insane.
I know you're talking about chicks right now. Nah, it's probably like a 1-to-5 ratio.
Right.
They got like 5 coming in. They're only sending
reply
one
to
out
like
there.
one.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
But
here.
a lot of people, younger people particularly, snap, like they'll just have a text conversation and the picture will be kind of like this, looking up at the roof sort of thing, like just a picture of nothing.
Which is
but they
dumb.
send it as a picture.
Because how the fuck do you remember what they said?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I appreciate the idea of no paper trail, but I always fucking forget.
No. I don't know. I find that app so fucking pointless. I told the GF, I was like, it's for noodles. I don't need noodles right now.
Yeah,
So,
honestly.
and I'm talking about them Szechuan noodles.
Szechuan noodles,
Some
eh?
Szechuan noodles.
Jesus.
Jesus.
That's funny. Dude, who? Oh, God, I swear. The Snapchat story things are so annoying. And then the For You, where it's all the, BuzzFeed people. And then they sell ad spots within those. Mm-hmm. That's...
It's amazing.
How,
It's Inception, bro. It's ad Inception.
it's actually crazy. But it literally is ad inception. And it's like, who the fuck watches? Like, the watch rate of that compared to like Snapchat usership must be a fraction of a fraction of
I
a
don't know how
percent.
they monetize. I would never invest in a company just based on that. Even if you're doing better, I don't know. I don't get it. That was the whole Tesla thing the other fucking week ago.
Right. What was
the
the
whole-
problem with that?
Well, they announced earnings, and they beat earnings by like 3 cents a share or something, and everybody went fucking insane. Stock went up from like $500 to $960.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Anyway,
Did it go back down?
I think it's around 7 something now. 7, I don't know. Let's give you a real-time quote. I'll tell you why that's at. But anyway, like
Dude,
that's
you can make
fucking
some serious
insane.
money if you had
There's some guy
timed the wave,
on
right?
Wall Street Bets, $8.5 million
that he profited or
profit in
Wow.
like 3 weeks. He also bought the options a long time ago, but yeah. Okay, sorry. Tesla's at $900 right now. Or sorry, $800 right now. $799.60.
Damn, hey.
Fucking
But don't
insane.
they usually? Isn't their earnings per share usually like
Negative.
really low? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Yeah.
So
They actually like beat way better the third quarter of 2019, I believe. And this was like a very slight beat. And I don't know. I don't get it, bro. I don't get the hype train. Get on the hype.
But that's even, yeah, I don't know. That's inevitable though in stocks. I feel like
I think so.
it's gonna happen. And then, yeah, it's a strange cause and effect of, because at the end of the day, everyone involved in the transaction is human, right? So, and then who really drives the price? Like, is it Wall Street guys who are super hyped up on it? They're like, Elon, right? Like,
Well, I think Tesla's also the most shorted company in the world. So there's probably a bunch of positions that are like short, like betting for it to go down, that were essentially covering their positions. And when you do that, you close out a trade. So people have to keep closing at a higher dollar value. So that may have also driven up prices quite a bit too. But the question is who are probably the retail traders, like the non-sophisticated people
Yes.
were getting in. So
Yeah, I don't know. That options and stuff, I don't know. I get the underlying premise, but I don't know a lot.
you know what lottery tickets are?
Yeah.
You want to go buy a lottery ticket? That's pretty much what they are.
I mean, isn't that what stocks inherently are in a way? I mean, not really.
There's
The derivatives, by definition, are
bets on bets.
yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, you like a stock of an underlying company. No, there's value there because there's other things that back it up. But yeah, I don't know.
But there's no real feasible way to make a reasonably educated guess on options and stuff?
I think you think it's going to go up, you buy a call. You think it's going to go down, you buy a put. And we can get into a bunch of technicals and stuff here, but like it has to do with like hedging a portfolio. So if you own a stock, you can buy a derivative on that stock to offset your risk or whatever on it. But I think everybody's gone now.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Talk about what controversial topic do you want to talk about?
Yeah, shit. Seriously. Now that we're down to no listeners, let's just speak freely. Yeah.
How about that coronavirus?
Yeah, seriously.
Also, lying. Lots of lying going on about that.
Yeah, hey. That's pretty wild. I mean, I think most people, like, as soon as it started, people were saying, oh, the Chinese government is for sure withholding numbers. Lo and behold, I mean, I haven't followed it that closely, but
15,000 more cases in one more province in one day were reported. I think on Wednesday this week. Bonkers.
So I saw that 15,000 number. It was 15,000 unreported.
They were previously unreported. It was a different
okay.
It was a different province in China.
Right.
Is my understanding. And they finally released the numbers for it. That's bonkers. 15,000 people. Yeah. That's a country of like 1.2 or 3 billion people. That's what? It's insane.
Yeah, that's it's not good, man. So, but
I would agree. Not good.
Also, Carly said she posted something saying she was sick, and she was just in the airport, so better not be bringing the coronavirus over here. So,
shit. I got my. I should bring a mask, bro.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh God. I should have brought my N95 mask. My dad.
What's
gave
that?
Me.
Oh, is that for?
It's one of the masks. Oh, do I have a dude?
What? Is it in your car or is it right here?
Oh my fucking God, bro.
Where?
I'm busting this out, bro.
Where's that?
I'm busting this out.
Were you doing some work for him recently, or he just gave you that?
No, I was going into a house, and the house had black mold in it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Where was that?
Just in our neighborhood. Just one of our neighbors wanted me to check out a house for her. So there you go, bro.
To sell it?
She wanted a valuation. She wanted to know what the value of the house would be at this point.
But they knew there was black mold in it?
Yes. So.
And they're not remedying it? They're selling it as is?
No, they got to remedy it.
Yeah,
they know.
Excuse me.
So. All right. Well, I'm wearing this when she gets here, so.
That'll be funny. You just should have it on.
I actually fucking probably will, bro. That's actually hilarious.
Oh, it has a little fit. So how does that work? The little side thing?
It's a respirator. So it actually like will filter the air that's coming in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mini gas mask, but not a full on.
Not really.
No.
I mean, in theory, because we both have, this is gonna be funny, because we both have beards. So like if you
it's not gonna be
like
an actual seal.
Yeah. Like if you work up, like depending what kind of chemicals and stuff you work with at any kind of job, or specifically in the oil fields, you have to be clean shaven, so it can like seal to your face.
Yes, very true. This would not seal properly, so it probably even says on the thing.
Yeah.
So Is what it is. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, seriously.
You can raw dog it here, bro. I ain't about that unprotected life.
Man, what?
Are you still looking up symptoms? Jesus.
No, I was looking at. I don't know. I just started reading about it. I should put my phone away. This is probably very boring for those of you watching, or sorry, listening rather.
I'm gonna bust this out for sure.
That's gonna be so funny. Keep it in your pocket, and then put it. Just be like.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
What are we talking about in the episode? Porn? We're talking about
Porn.
why it's cheating or something?
I
Or why
believe
it's
the
not cheating?
original topic she said was spouses, partners not allowing the other one to watch porn or
Okay.
their opinions
Okay.
of the other one watching
Okay.
porn. Sort of thing.
Well, before she gets here, what's your opinion on it?
I mean, I don't porn is definitely bad for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
We're going to be those woke ass guys, I think, on this episode.
yeah, exactly.
She's going to be like, what?
No, I mean, I think it's inherently bad for how it fucks with your brain chemicals and emotions and etc. But in theory, it's out there. Like, people are going to look at it. Is it possible to have a healthy relationship with it? Sure, right? But I do think it's inherently bad for you. As for in a relationship, I mean, the underlying thing of porn is fantasy, right? So, I don't know. I don't think it should be like most girls, and I'd be curious to see Carly's take on this, or most girl listeners / guests and hosts. What is your take on it? Do you watch it? Like, do chicks? Because guys for sure watch it at a higher rate, but that's not to say women do not.
Also true.
So I think, ladies, you have to accept that your guy's probably going to take a glance at porn here and there, if not more. So it's, it's not just about, how do I put this? Like, it's going to happen, and I don't really think you should think too much of it if you're a chick and your boyfriend's watching it. Like, it's not...
No, I wouldn't say it's cheating.
not like he's true. No, I would never say that,
No.
right? In any regard.
Yeah.
But I think as like a woman, or a man, sure. But if you're a chick and your guy, like the bigger concern should be, in my opinion, if your guy is watching it too much and creating an unhealthy relationship and simply isn't aware of the causes and effects. Is that the right term to use?
Yeah.
Right? Of what it does to you long term, and I guess it would be like dopamine release and just kind of fucking with you. And then you could even say, I mean, this sounds so like cringy white knightish to say, but kind of the unrealistic expectations it kind of gives you, right? Of women, of men, of sex as a whole, right? Like, it's not, I don't know. It's something that's out there. Like, you're not gonna get away from it. Kudos to you if you totally abstain from it. But yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, I do think it's bad for you. And I would say people and couples should stay away from it for that reason primarily, not for like the cheating or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's like cheating. It may even keep you from cheating because...
Maybe.
But at the same time, I also think that I don't know, if I could go back in time to 13-year-old Josh and be like, your brain changes because of this, he wouldn't have listened to me and still would have done it.
Still done it.
But
But at least you tried.
yeah, at least I would have tried. I think that I don't know. It's a good question. We're gonna have a good conversation about this for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's actually a good point. And then, because we even glazed over this with Adam Blank the other day.
Okay.
Just how our generation didn't grow up with it entirely. Like, it kind of came into creation
Yeah.
throughout our lives.
Also true.
So now even the internet as a whole now is drastically more efficient, right? So it's very easy to Google someone or Google a thing or an article or whatever and find it effectively, right? And then even something, for example, because back in the day, Shazam used to suck. Like, unless you were like listening to a well-known like Beatles album very clearly, Shazam couldn't find the song.
Sure.
Right? So, but now it's like you're in a store and you're like, oh, this song's kind of good. And you sort of like tap it and just in 2 seconds it picks it up. Right?
Yeah.
So, or even being able to search a song by the lyrics works first try almost every time as well. Right? So, and that translates into like how easy it is to like find porn, and there's so fucking much of it. I think it's, I don't know, some comedian either on a podcast or a stand-up bit, I don't remember, kind of said you could stop making it tomorrow and you would never run out.
Oh yeah.
But they keep making more of it. So I don't know. The next generation probably has it a lot worse, where they're gonna be so ingrained in it, and even to bring in the discussion of VR and all that shit, like you're gonna have a harder time distinguishing what's real or not. I think. So,
Also a good take on it.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're the first generation where it's so accessible.
Yeah.
But I always ask the question of like, fuck, man, it's all free. Who's paying for it? And then at the same time, it's like, where's the money in it? And then where is it going? And then I get into the conspiracy theories. And then, yeah.
Well, the money is going to the company that owns it, and they're getting ad dollars
Yeah.
from penis pill companies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they're, I don't know. It's a weird, funny system in terms of I think we've talked about before, but Brain Geek or whatever, like the company that owns Pornhub, which is actually like an illegal video sharing platform inherently, but they also own all the production companies, so they kind of pirate their own videos, which effectively they don't pay their stars anything and stuff. It's
Called Brain Geek.
yeah,
Fucks with your brain.
yeah, for sure. No, I don't know. I think it's bad for you, and I think people need to be, because I think, I mean, it was such a taboo thing back in the day, and now we're in kind of the more open and acceptance thing. But I think with porn specifically, getting away from, or at least making people more aware of what it's doing to you and your brain, like that's something that hasn't risen with it.
No,
right?
that's very true.
Call it the health effects or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think you can get addicted to it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think you can too.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Well, the idea of it, watching it, also the dopamine release and stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like it's definitely not good for you or your brain chemistry for sure.
So that's our take on it.
Yeah, I think so. Like, am I someone who, like, I wouldn't say, actually, when it comes to anything like that, if you have to ask yourself, do I have an unhealthy relationship with this? The answer is yes, if you have to ask, right?
Probably.
So, do you need to abstain from it 1,000%? Maybe not necessarily, right? Like, I would never say it's good for you, but you can watch it, look at it, whatever. Like, it's, I don't know, it's kind of part of life in many ways. Like, it's kind of whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's not enough awareness of what it does to you and stuff too, right? And even we could go to bring it back to like talking about like Gen Z and the younger generation who grows up with it more. Like your sex ed classes should probably not only teach you like wear condoms and use contraceptives, it should also kind of teach, STDs, blah, 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 blah. It should also probably teach you like, okay, like porn, this is what it does to you. This is how it affects your brain chemistry. Da, da, da. Like understand that as well. Right?
Like a DARE program.
Yeah.
But
I dare just stay off. Call it.
What did DARE stand for? Drugs are bad.
Really expensive. Does DARE stand for? Oh, drug abuse resistance education.
Gotcha.
Have you ever seen the fucking South Park episode where they're making fun of these presentations they make for kids, and it's like an anti-smoking one, and they're kind of like all these white people doing like this stupid hip hop thing. It's like, don't ever smoke. Smoking's not cool. If you don't smoke, you can be just like us. And then it cuts to the 4 characters standing behind the school just hacking darts because they're like, I don't want to be like those guys. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Dare to resist. Drug abuse resistance education. So if you made it like FAP, it could be like freedom against porn. Remember, kids, FAP.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man.
Well, you want to call it at that, and then people can go listen to episode of
X of Hey Bitches,
podcast
with Carly and get the rest of this conversation.
There you go. You got a teaser. Don't say we don't give you anything for free.
Yeah. And on that note, actually, on the antithesis of free, Long and Hard merch is available now. Check the description. If you go longandhardpodcast.com, it'll redirect you. And check it out. Support the show. We'll be doing a little photo shoot so you can actually see the product on person. There's a word for that.
On human. On model.
Well, like in the sneaker world, you're like, oh, here's a picture of these shoes on foot. So on torso.
On torso.
Yeah. But check that out. Thanks for listening. We always appreciate it. Check us on the gram and fucking the social and all that shit. You know what to do. So until next time.
Go buy a t-shirt.